Of all the wonderful books in the Bible one might care to read when it comes to money, life, and what amount of money this is real, my go-to book is the book of Ecclesiastes, a book that led me to write this game-changing book for savers called Live Well, Die Broke. The book of Ecclesiastes and all the wisdom shared by the richest man in the world who wrote it, King Solomon, reveals something I've noticed over the years as well in watching the lives of thousands of savers play out in retirement, and it's this. No matter how much money you and I might accumulate over our lifetimes, in the end, we really can't take this stuff with us, which in the end means none of this is real. You see, Solomon begins to lament about this worldly and vain pursuit, where in chapter 1, verse 9, he reminds us that while we might think there are new ways of doing things, as he puts it, no, there's not. There's really nothing new under the sun. His first stab at setting up the argument that none of this is real comes this way. Before he gets to our money and how none of this is real, Solomon first turns to another desire, to have more of the world's wisdom. And what does Solomon discover as he goes down this rabbit hole? Well, in verse 18, that having more of the world's wisdom only produces more sorrow. Chalk it up to Solomon's persistence to find meaning in life while realizing the world's wisdom doesn't bring peace and joy. He then turns to the next best thing, the world's stuff, only to discover that after becoming the richest man in the world, we see in chapter 2, verse 11, in the words of Solomon anyway, all this money is all in vain. In other words, according to Tony, yep, none of this is real. And here's the sad part of this discovery that wisdom and wealth bring no joy or lasting peace. Well, then it's found in verse 17, where his vain pursuits of wisdom and wealth actually create in his heart, dig this, a hatred of life here on earth. Strange reaction, don't you think? Having a hatred of the very thing that the world offers up to accomplish what the world says that we need, which is more wisdom and more money. Can anyone say OPM? You know, as I watch the lives of thousands of savers play out in retirement, my take on why people fall into despair over the world and the things of it are the result of not having a right relationship with their Creator, who provides the wisdom and the wealth needed to keep it real. Personally, I have found that without God at the helm of my life, without truly making this life about Him, in the end, as Solomon discovered and as we've talked about today, none of this is real, and thus, if we will not allow God to make it real for us, we'll come to the same conclusion as Solomon, that all of this really is vain. So how do we bring back the joy that God so wishes us to have with the things He provides us here on earth? Well, check it out in chapter 2, verse 24, where Solomon concludes things this way. Nothing is better for a man than to eat and drink and enjoy his work. I have also seen that this is from the hand of God. Verse 25 says, for apart from Him, who can eat and who can find enjoyment? And therein lies the key. You want to truly enjoy life, and yes, even the money you have been blessed with, then find enjoyment in God. And thank God constantly for allowing you and I to enjoy what He has so graciously allowed us to have. This is true wisdom and true wealth. And that's the main theme running through my book, Live Well, Die Broke. To enjoy the money you have before it's too late. Period.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.